What is up, everyone? This is Tuzlo, aka Seabass, and today I'm going to be talking about my V6 Celica. So, about 2 weeks ago, I was coming back from work on a Saturday, and I noticed at the morning that my car had a harder time starting. I had to hold the key cranking. I guess I had to crank the engine a little bit longer than normal. Yeah, I thought it was just because it was in the morning or something like that. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. So I thought it was just something because it was in the morning, and I didn't pay much attention to it. So I got to work, and the by the way, the car drove perfectly fine to work. Didn't have any issues. It didn't have any hiccups. I actually did a couple pulls. I did 2 or 3 pulls for a video I'm gonna be uploading soon. So stay tuned for that. And when I got to work, I was like, well, the engine's already warmed up, so let me see if it still has that issue with cranking for too long. I turned it on, and lo and behold, it cranked for a little bit too long to start the car. Because typically, when I turn the key, it just takes like boom, like not even maybe 1 or 2 seconds. And on this, when it was doing it now, it was like 3 seconds or 4 seconds. So I didn't pay really too much attention to it up until I was already driving home off work, and I got to my exit. I got to my exit for my street, and I felt the car just lost power. It just wouldn't go into boost, and it just felt slow. I thought it originally went into limp mode because right now currently my speed sensor is not working on my car. So I have to figure out that issue. So I was like, probably threw the car into limp mode because on the second drive cycle it'll turn on the speed sensor code, the check engine light. So I was like, probably went into limp mode. So didn't really pay too much attention to it. Got it home, didn't really hit boost. I was like, whatever. But I did notice, or I did hear some noises on the engine, and it sounded like a glass jar full of marbles. I'm sure you guys know what marbles are, canicas. And I was like, okay, that does not sound good. And so typically that is your telltale sign of pinging, which does really bad stuff to your engine. So I was like, okay, won't really worry about it too much now. I'm kind of tired. Let me just leave it here and we'll worry about it the following day, Sunday. So I messaged my good friend Irvin, and we were kind of brainstorming with the idea. We were like saying, maybe you have a bad idle air control valve, or maybe you have a bad MAF. So I started there because I did not clean out the idle air control valve, throttle body, or the MAF when I was running that old engine intake. And that's going to be a video for another day, guys. Engine did a revised intake for the 1MZ where the PCV is after the MAF and not before the MAF. But I don't want to spoil that video. It's going to be for another day. But I didn't really clean out my idle air control valve or MAF when I was running the old intake. So I was like, maybe that's the issue. Cleaned those out, and it didn't really do much. About the same thing. My air fuel ratio was like at around 17, 16 at idle. So I was like, okay, that's not good. But when I would give it gas, it would go back to 14.7, but shouldn't be like that. It should probably be a little bit on the lower side for, I guess, you don't want it to be at 14.7 at load, basically. But at idle, it's fine. Hopefully, I'm not saying false information here. But so what was I going to say? So I cleaned out the MAF, idle air control valve, didn't do much. So then I went to the junkyard and I picked up another idle air control valve and another MAF, thinking that would be my issue. Also didn't fix it. I even cleaned them out really well. Bought some MAF cleaner, bought some brake clean to clean out the idle air control valve, which is incredibly dirty. Still didn't do shit. So told my sensei again my findings, And so he was like, you know what? It sounds like you might have a fuel issue. Why don't you pull out the fuel pump? So I did. And I'm glad I did, because I found my issue. Let me show you guys my issue. Do I have it here? Yes, I do. I have it right here, guys. I'm going to switch the camera around. So there you have it, guys. That's pretty much my issue. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys pictures of what the fuel pump looked like when I pulled it out. So I basically went ahead and ordered some more fuel line hose. Well, it's submersible fuel line, 5/16. This is what you would find in like a fuel pump when you buy it brand new. I'm an idiot. I had a small piece like this and I threw it out because I didn't think I was gonna need it. So I ended up ordering this small piece off of eBay for like about $9, which sounds like a lot of money, but it's the only hose I can use for my application, so I need to buy this hose. So let me go ahead and put it all together and I will show you guys how I'm going to fix this issue. So here's the final product. Went ahead and fixed this area. It was really bent on the pictures, so I hope, because I shortened this hose, and then I straightened out the fuel pump and then installed one of these to kind of keep the fuel pump from pushing itself out, and strapped onto the body, it'll probably do a better job. And then we got the regulator over here, kind of in the same position as the OEM one, also tied. Might tighten it a little bit more so it doesn't move as bad, but other than that, I think this is gonna work out. If not, then I'm gonna have to pull one of these out from the junkyard, because I don't want to keep the gas tank open like that, and I kind of want to invent a better system, because this isn't the cleanest, but it works if you're trying to get your vehicle barred for California. But I'm pretty sure people are running something similar to this, even if they're not running barred vehicles. So it kind of gives you an idea of what I'm doing, but let's go from there. So fuel pump is installed. It's only a 14 and a 19 right here, and then just this and the screws all the way around. So gonna cover that up. This is like that. It goes like that. Okay, we're gonna put our screws back on and start the car. Oof, so it's been about a week since I last started this car. Let's see if it will start. Actually, it's probably gonna take a while to start since it needs to send fuel to the engine, but let's see. Oh, never mind. Wow, those numbers are a lot better. So when I was before this was at like over here the whole time, but now it's under the 14.7. So that's a good thing. That's really good, actually. Damn, that was my issue. I knew that was my issue after I saw it. I just kind of told myself, man, this sounds like a fuel issue, but I just didn't want to convince myself that it was, until I guess me and Irving started brainstorming, and yeah, that was it. So the car's running great, but you can kind of see the fluctuating idle. I don't know if you could pick it up. Look, there it goes. There it goes. So it's fluctuating a little bit, but I drove it around, it hits boost. Man, these LEDs are not cutting it. They're super cheap, and you can see this side's already kind of out, and this side's a lot brighter. But I did buy some better ones from Amazon, and they're better quality. So we're gonna swap those out soon. And my AFR ratio has been chilling at around 14.7. You see how it kind of creeps up a little bit? I want to say that that's because of the idle. you can kind of see like it's just moving up and down. So I did end up ordering a new idle air control valve from Rock Auto, because this is a junkyard idle air control valve. I just pulled it off another random car because I thought that was my issue. So technically I don't even have my original idle air control valve from when I did the swap. So I don't know if this idle air control valve is far more damaged or what, but what I'm gonna do is switch out that idle air control valve, and I'm also gonna buy a new mass airflow sensor, new from Toyota. I believe they're about 200 bucks. It's kind of expensive, but those are the things that you want to know that they're 100% good. I believe the idle air control valve was really expensive, so whatever.